I have to admit, I'm a hard-working person.
Good morning. We are baling hay, as you can see. And we're actually baling hay using our irrigating lights. The sun's just barely getting ready to come up. There's a little bit of a breeze, but so there's not a whole lot to do, but it's doing better than what it did last night. The lights on that tractor didn't fix themselves overnight, so Ethan is riding with Uncle Rick in the tractor. He's got his headlamp on. He's shining it back onto the pickup head of the baler just so we can get going. Uncle Rick went and checked the water on that hayfield this morning, and I guess there's getting to be quite a bit at the bottom, so we're going to take it here in a little bit and start watering grain field here on Dell's. But there is a breeze blowing. It's a little bit chilly. So I'm going to go back to the truck for a minute, let him make this first round. I was just walking behind him, pick up a few bales here and there, check the weight on them and see how they are. They feel pretty good, so I think we'll let them go, let them get it baled. All right, well, he's got nearly 100 bales just off the 2 outside rounds, so 100 bales, I think. What did I say? Yeah. He's got about 100 bales off the first 2 rounds. So he's gonna bale about another 100 and then be done. I'm switching head gates, switching water. We're gonna go start watering wheat. Ow. Okay. Well, we'll run down and set the other one. Well, change of plans. We weren't going to bale any more of this in little bales, but we stopped to go start the water on the wheat field right over here, and our breeze has quit. The dew's come up really good, so he said screw it, let's bale it. We can always get rid of little bales, I guess. We'll find somebody that wants them. But it's just nice to be baling something with a little bit of dew on it. There should only be probably about another 100 bales here. So that'll give us about 250 here that we got to get rid of. I think he's already got 100 and something that are sold. But we'll see. It's just nice having some dew to bale with. That don't happen very often in this desert. Funny how the dust is just hanging around right there. The dew's nice and heavy. field. Well, that was fun. Apparently somebody's dog come and dug a great big hole in our ditch bank and we didn't know it. And it washed out. Jeremy's over here raking. Damn near buried the tractor. So we had to hurry and grab a dam and run up here and block the hole off. But there's probably a good third to a half of a land of hay oh, shit, that we're just gonna have to leave laying in the field because it's underwater. Should have known better on this ditch. It seems like it always freaking leaks, has a mouse hole or something. But I'm gonna come over here and check the water on this wheat field. Almost wondering if we should just shut it off, but too late now. The hay's already flooded, so we may as well keep it going. See what it looks like. That hole was pulling enough water out of the ditch that it stopped 3 of our siphon tubes down here on the grain. So I just started them again, got them going. But Mr. Rowe, man, that corn's looking good. Just need to get it furrowed and get some water on it. She'll jump in a hurry. Missed another row. I don't know why, but he had a lot of trouble with the corn drill this year doing that. Oh. Alright. Let's get back to the shop and help Uncle Rick get that baler off. He's got to go finish loading hay down to Waldron's. I think there's only like 8 or 10 bales left, I think. But the lady's coming to get him here in 20 minutes, so yeah, that was eventful. Well, there's the hole. We had to shove a dam in front of it and shove it down in the ditch and to get it to stop. Uncle Rick tried shoving some rags in there that he had in the back of his truck, but it didn't stop it. There's another leak right up here. I'll show you it. But yeah, he had to leave quite a bit of hay here. We'll have to let this dry out for 3 or 4 days. It ain't one thing, it's another. Sucking. This ditch has been a pain in the ever since we took this ground over. From the mice to people's dogs digging in it to just, it's a wide old ditch. The ditch bank sucks to walk on. It's just a pain all the way around. But there's the other hole. This old head gate had washed out around the side of it. But we got them blocked off and got them stopped now, so this can start drying. Sucking mosquitoes are still out. There's another hole over here on the corner, but it was just a couple of little mouse holes. We got them patched up and stopped. So I just walked across here to make sure nothing else was leaking, make sure that dam was still holding. Got the water changed. We're gonna try and do one more run after this one and then give it to the neighbor so he can water his little produce patch, and then we'll take it back and finish the other 2 runs. Maybe we might wait. We'll have to see what the boss decides, but Uncle Rick got the rest of the hay loaded out. He's going to set the waste ditch right now, or at least going to switch the head gates from going to Dell's so it can go down to the waste ditch. I'm gonna go home and grab a drink, and then sucking mosquito, maybe see if he wants to put the loader on the 686 and go get the buncher. I don't know how he's gonna bunch. He went to lift one of them bells over there and threw his back out again. I keep telling him he's getting too old to be doing that, but what do you do? Well, we are done with the water here on Dell's, on the east ditch. All the grain on this ditch is now watered for 3 times. It is done for the year. We got, Uncle Ron got that hay baled, or bunch that we baled this morning, and Uncle Rick just got a load send off. I think he might load the rest tomorrow. He's up making dikes now on Joe's. Jeremy's been jumping back and forth from the furrower to going to checking on water, back to the furrower. He's got it going on Kelly Harris's, and it actually sounds like it's watering a lot better than it did last year. So that is a positive. But I think that's going to be it for me today. I don't think there's much more that I'm going to do, but if there is, if it's interesting, I'll film it and throw it on the end of this video. But if there ain't, we'll call that the video for today. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you next time.